Okay, hey everybody. It's Farmer Mike here at Earth Spring, and today is October 21st. It is week 20 of the CSA, and normally we'd be ending by now. But we have 5 more weeks after this week. A lot of you have been asking when the CSA is going to end. So we're actually going to go right up until the week before Thanksgiving, and then we're going to skip that week of Thanksgiving, and then there's going to be a week going into the first week of December. I'm not sure what we're going to have then, but we had envisioned a little bit different scenario last fall when we had planned this 25-week season, but it didn't include an incredible long winter like we just had this last year that pushed us this late in the season. So, but I think the boxes have been really nice here. I think this fall, the fall boxes have been great, and we still have a lot of good things to put in the boxes. You will see repeated items. You will see a lot of turnips, radishes, and sweet potatoes, along with a lot of different greens that we do. We do a lot of different types of greens, as you know now. So I think probably half of you are crazy for these greens, and the other half of you are like, oh, I wish we had tomatoes and cucumbers and more tomatoes and cucumbers. So anyway, here we are in the fall season. Wanted to talk about this week's boxes real quick, and then I was going to talk about a few other items here. There's watermelon radishes, Hakurei turnips, which is a very sweet-tasting Japanese turnip. It's really nothing like American turnip, maybe a little bit in texture, but it's very sweet. There'll either be potatoes or broccoli rabe in your boxes this week. A little note about the potatoes. For some reason, we've had a lot of potato scab this year. I would say almost every potato has potato scab, and that's that sort of brown mottling on the skin. And we're going to look into how to take care of that over the winter time and see if we can eliminate that for next year. It's strange because we don't have where the potatoes have been planted this year. We've never had potatoes that were planted before. I mean, maybe 50 years ago, the other farmers had it or something they did. But in the last, we just bought this farm last year, but I used to rent this farm before. We've never had potatoes growing there, so we're just really, I don't know why we've had such bad scab. So it would be something I would look into. But the scab is something where you can just peel it off and still use the potato. The potato should be fine. Lemongrass. I want to talk about lemongrass a little bit. We just made a second cutting of lemongrass this year. This is going to be the last cutting. We got it here before we had the frost here the other night. And you can use, there's 2 parts to this lemongrass that you can use. You can use the leaves for making tea. If you have a cold and you want to do like a sweat or something, you can boil it in water, and it's great to like breathe in put a towel over your head over the pot of water, and you can breathe in the air that's coming up off the boiling humid steam that's coming off of the pot of water, and you can breathe that in. But you can also use it to make a nice tea. And then the stems are actually really what you use in lemongrass. A lot of you know this, but my wife is from Vietnam, and they use lemongrass a lot they take it and they mince it up, and they chop it up real fine. And you can also store it that way too. You can also freeze it, so you can chop it up, freeze it in the bag if you didn't want to use it this week, and you can use it with fish or chicken or tofu. It's great on tofu. So I use it with my tofu. I'm actually vegetarian, so that's how I do it. It's really nice with a nice tofu. So continuing down, we'll have the Elegance Greens mix, which is a mix of different greens. We had in the boxes once already, and it'll probably be in the boxes once more before the end of the year. It's got red mustard greens, and I think there's bok choy in there, and some other things all mixed together. And then finally, we have broccoli starting to show up in the boxes this week. Broccoli is finally coming around. So it actually was just in time. And what we're going to do with the broccoli now, because it's not all coming in at the same time, we have about 3,000 plants in the ground. And what we'll be doing is we make a cutting, like all of Pennsylvania CSA will get broccoli this week. Next week, BC will start seeing broccoli, and maybe all of BC will get broccoli in Virginia, Maryland. And if not, you may be by the drop point, so you'll have to wait till the 3rd week until we can cut it off. We just want to make sure that it's fresh and it's going to be great, and so that's how we're going to do it. We'll put it out there by the drop point. Largest will get sweet potatoes, eggplants, And then there's some leftover pears and apples from the last few weeks that we've had. They're still fresh. We've had them in cold storage in our walk-in cooler, and they'll be fine. I want to talk about the eggplants. The eggplants this time of year, you know, it's starting to get cold, and the eggplants are showing a little bit of, I don't know what you call it. There's a few brown spots. We're grading them. We're going through them. We're throwing a lot of them out. But I want you to be aware of, you know, when you see things like a couple of brown spots, it's really not the end of the world. We don't feel like it's something that's just going to, crash the eggplant. So, but that's a good little couple of examples there. They're not all sized up. A couple of the eggplants are big enough, but most of them are not. Okay, I want to talk about a couple things that are coming up. Garlic seed, we have garlic seed for sale. Now is the time of the year to plant garlic seed. If you're down south of us, you still have a few more weeks to go. Last year we planted ours on Halloween on October 31st, and it still came in great. We haven't even planted ours yet, so we're going to be doing that hopefully this week or next. But we do have garlic seed for sale. It's going to be $8 a pound, and a pound of garlic seed, maybe that's like 6 or 8 cloves, maybe even more than that. And I mean bulbs, sorry, not cloves, but bulbs. And what you're going to do is you're going to take that bulb, you're going to break it apart and plant each clove 6 inches apart, you know, in like a square or a line, or however you want to plant it in your garden. You can do it in a pot too, that could work fine too. We are taking orders for meat right now, for mixed quarters of grass-fed beef. Now this beef is 100% grass-fed. There's no grain in these animals. They are certified organic. They come from a farm that we're friends with, and they do a great job with their beef. Check on our website. I am going to drop the price a little bit here on the beef right now. And right now, up until now, we've been charging $8.50 a pound, but I'm going to bring it down to $7.50 in hopes that more of you will sign up. And I think then, because a lot of you have already expressed interest, so I think we can do that. We can drop the price because it looks like we're going to have more orders, so that'll be great. So check the website for price ranges. We're not going to have the exact price for you until the orders come in, and so. But we'll have a range of what the price is, what you can expect for a mixed quarter. You can also buy a mixed half. You can buy a whole animal if you want to, and that's fine. These will be delivered to your house, so you'll have home delivery on these. We're not going to deliver this much to a drop point, so this will be home delivery, and then we'll work out a schedule with you. It'll be somewhere between now and the end of the season. We'll do home delivery for these. Okay. All right. Next year's schedule. I want to talk to you a little bit about next year again. I mentioned in the last video I did a couple weeks ago. Next year's schedule will be a 20-week season, so we're not going to have a 25-week season like I mentioned earlier. And then after that, we'll offer a winter CSA. So a winter CSA will pick up right after the week after, and that's more manageable for us too, because typically we don't get as many people signing up for the winter CSA. We make it half the membership or so signing up, and that works out good for us. It works out good for our staff too, for people working here at the farm, and labor-wise. But everybody wants to stick around for the winter and pack boxes in the freezing cold barn. So, but I will. I'll stick around for it. And then a large box feedback. We're thinking about getting rid of large box because of all the confusion at the drop points. But it seems like things have finally settled down out there, although we know there's still some mistakes. But let me know what you think. Shoot an email over to the farm, email earthspringcsa@gmail, and let me know, do you guys really want to have the large box next year, the large box option? So for all you people who want to have the large box, just let me know, and we may bring it back. There's still early sign-up going on right now for the CSA, so you can get an early sign-up and get a discount. You get 2 free boxes for next year, so you can sign up for the 20-week season, but you'd only pay for 18. And then we still have room for people who want to invest in the well house project, which I've mentioned in the last couple of videos. And we still have room for people to sign up for that. And if you sign up for that, you'll have custom box options for the whole season, the next 3 to 5 years, depending on what you sign up for, before the prices go up. Because once we offer the custom box option, which may come as early as next year, that will be a more expensive option. But basically what will happen is, the way that works is that If you sign up for the custom box option, you will have a list emailed to you on a Friday, and by Sunday at noon you have to email us back what you'd like in your boxes for the following week. And then we'll put those boxes together the following week and deliver just like your regular CSA boxes. It will just be in a different box with your name on it, specifically your name on it, with a label on it that has your name. So that's how that'll work. I think that covers everything. Obviously we still have eggs. We're still pulling eggs in from the chickens, and we will be selling some of the chickens too at the end of the season here. If anybody wants chickens, they're going to be great laying chickens for next year. If you want them for soup, you can use them for soup also. You decide. I'm not sure what the price will be yet, but I'll let you know here before Thanksgiving. I'll have the next couple of weeks here. We'll figure that out and figure out what the schedule is going to be for that and how we'll do that. We're probably going to sell them live, so you'll have to take them as you're ready. So if you have a little yard that's ready for it, you have a little chicken house in the backyard, you like them. There won't be any roosters. It'll just be laying. These are laying chickens. They are red sex links, and they're great, obviously great brown egg layers. So, okay. Any questions? Give me a call, email. Let me know about the large box option. Okay. Great. Thanks everybody. We'll see ya.